Peace, 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 and shalom. So yesterday we did mind control, right? So we're back to part 2. And today we're going to go into the secret combinations and the beginning of your secret societies. Because believe it or not, most of, let's see that right here, everything in this world have been done that they do. They go and have a boardroom meeting, and they plot and they plan for their own gain. All right, and we're gonna prove it. So that said, we're gonna go right to the scripture today. So, as always, I give all the praise and all of the honor to the Most High God, the I am that I am. The name that I like to use is Ahaya. To his son, Yeshaya, who the world called Jesus Christ, and to the Holy Spirit. Now, we're going to get right into it, where we left off yesterday. Now, if y'all remember, I showed you the blue versus the red, the mind programming, right? I left off the NBA. If you go to the NBA, hold on, I think I got it on here. For the sake of time, I don't really want to waste my time going into this today. There you go. Fair use. You can kind of see right here the Eastern Conference versus the Western Conference. The blue versus the red. You can do the same thing with the National Hockey League. I already showed you NFL and the Major League Baseball. I keep telling you, all this is not by accident. All this is to make you take one side or the other. Let me see, can I pull this up? Because they a little funny with this right now. One of the biggest rivals in football, at least used to be. Let me show y'all something. Like I said, we're not gonna stay on this for a long period of time. I'm in the middle of nowhere, and my internet connection is slow, and it's taking forever to load it up right now. Look at this right here. Fair use. Look at this right here. See the 5-point star? I'm just showing you it's all around you. Now, y'all say it's all fun. Okay, that's fine, but you still been programmed for these times we're living in right now. See more of them popping up. And when did they take that what they call the redskin off over the heaven? Was it 2020? That wasn't by accident. Let me see, can I zoom in here a little bit? See that nose on there? See that nose? See that big nose? Huh? See that? Look at my big nose. So it's not by accident that's 2020. I think it was when they made them, when they decided to get rid of that particular helmet. 2020, early 2021 maybe. That wasn't by accident. Because the spell had been broken. Now, we're gonna go right to the word. Yesterday we touched on the master Mahan, right? Y'all remember when Cain, when I read that Cain said that he was master Mahan, right? Y'all remember that? So now I'm gonna go into the sealed portion. If you read anything in the sealed portion that don't line up with the Bible, in some form or the other, or the second stick, ignore it. They put stuff in all your records to keep you from reading it. I've showed y'all over and over and over and over and over again that they have done the same thing with your Bible. You just don't know it because it's not plain. Well, this book is plain. So it's so plain, you're going to be able to see and read it right away what's what. Now, like I told you, I started on this, to be exact, about 2 weeks ago. The night I started on this message, one of the things that was given to me by the Most High God was the sealed portion 16. And the next morning, my wife will tell you, the next morning, Elder Ayil came back and did a whole lesson, well, not a whole lesson, out of the sealed portion 16. Now, he went more towards the monocyst. I will tell anybody to go look at that. I think it was the title was The Mark of the Beast. I think it was. But it's all for gain. Everything that has been done is all for gain. We're going to prove everything. So you'll have to forgive me. I'm on my truck today, so I'm not going to be as organized as I would be if I was out of the home. Now, we're going to read sealed portion 16. I'm going to give you, snap a picture of this, if you can. How good I can get in here. I don't know. It might be. Take a picture of that. I'm going to read from this right now. I'm going to read from, I don't have my highlighter, 81 and down to 83 is what I'm going to read it for right now. Sealed portion 16, 81. Actually, I'm going to go up to, I'm going to go up a little bit further. We'll read verse 79 down to 83. Now, if you go out and buy this sealed portion, there are going to be plenty of bones in it, or they're going to put things in it that we can't find elsewhere, or that would have been found. For example, we know Adam's name was changed to Michael, but like Benelli. It says here that Benelli was Satan. We don't have any record saying that, but that's something that we don't touch. That's something I'm not going to touch, because that might be possible. That's possible, but we don't have any other record saying that. Now, there could be some things in here that are complete bone, like, for example, Christ was never married. Satan don't get a chance for redemption. Okay? So it's going to be stuff like that. All right. So we're going to read sealed portion 16, 79. Let's get it. And it came to pass that by the words of Benelli, the heart of Cain was hardened against his brother Abel. Now, Benelli is supposed to be the older brother. Okay? And Benelli entered into a secret pact and covenant with Cain. that if he would kill Abel, he will be protected and watched over by Benelli and those who follow him. If Benelli convinced Cain that the thing that he was to do would bring a greater peace and happiness among the people, and that he would be held in respect among them for that which he would do. And they made this pact according to all that Benelli had learned from Satan. I'm gonna say that father part because I don't know that. In the beginning. And this pact was held secret among them. And thus began the children of men to form alliances and make covenants one with another in secret, that they might get gain and destroy those who prevented them from getting that which they desired. I'm going to read that again. And they made this pact according to all that Benelli had learned from his father, who was Satan in the beginning, and this pact was held secret among them, and thus began the children of men to form alliances, and make covenants one with another in secret, that they might get gain and destroy those who prevented them from getting that which they desired. And Cain did that which Benelli desired of him, and he went unto Abel while he was tending to his flock, and slew him. And this was the first time that a child of Adam was slain by the hand of another, and thus began murder to enter into the heart of the children of men. And Benelli and those who followed after him came to Cain, and gave unto him the title of Master Mahan, which title was given to him of the highest order of this secret society, which society was set up, listen to this, was set up to get gain and maintain power among the people. Y'all hear that? Read it again. Read that again. Benelli and those who followed after him came to Cain and gave unto him the title of Master Mahan, which title was given to him of the highest order of this secret society, which society was set up to get gain and maintain power among the people. And Benelli also gave one of his daughters unto Cain and his wife for that which he had done. 84. And those who belonged to this society did not think of themselves as evil men, but they thought of themselves as the most righteous among the people. I'm going to read that again. And those who belonged to this society did not think of themselves as evil men, but they thought of themselves as the most righteous among the people. And they took upon themselves oaths and covenants that will protect them and also protect their desire for gain and power among the people. And their desire for power, as they had convinced themselves, was to assure the prosperity and freedom, of all those who belong to this secret order. And they took the endowment that they had learned from Adam and changed the sign and the symbols and the penalties to fit the desire of the secret society. Remember, I told you that Satan turned everything holy that was holy unholy. He counterfeited. That's what he did when he said, I'm going to be like God, when he got cast to the earth. So he took the things of the Most High God and made them unholy, made them unclean. The opposite. Christ came so we can have life. Satan come to steal, kill, and destroy. The Most High plan was for us to be all equal. There was no value. I'm going to read that later on too. No, there was no value. There was no money system or none of that. All this is Satan to really enslave us. And they began to convince themselves that their ways and their teaching were the right ways. And that if there was a God, then that God would want the same thing that they desire, which things are joy in their families, and joy in their worldly possession, and joy in their freedom. And this society began to enforce the desires of their hearts upon the people throughout the land. And if any man or woman refused to live by the law that they had established according to these desires, then they would call upon those who had taken the secret oath and covenant to protect their society to kill this man or woman. And they began to set up a system of law that served the society and its desires, even the desire to get gain and hold on to this gain for the benefit of their families. And in this way, did the laws of men begin to supersede the laws of God. So they told you the laws of the Most High God were done away with. And in this way did Lucifer do that which he had promised upon being cast out of the presence of the Father, even that he would take the treasures of the earth, and with gold and silver he would buy up the means of force, and that he would buy up the means of justice and laws, that the children of men will be subjected to through the government and religion of men, and reign with blood and horror upon the earth. And this society began to use gold and silver and the precious element of the earth to measure and control the gain that they desired. For behold, among the children of Adam, there did not exist a means whereby the value of the things of the earth was measured. For all things were free. All things was free unto all. And everyone did that which they could according to their individual ability, and all received according to their individual need. And this was done by the sweat of their brow, which was commanded of them by the Father in the beginning. Nevertheless, it had come to pass earlier among the children of Adam that there lived some who did not want to work by the sweat of their own brow, but who had put themselves up above their brothers and their sisters. And these thought that because of their words or because of their intelligence, listen to this, they should not have to work by their own sweat. And it was the elder son of Adam, even Benelli, who had learnt from Satan a way in which he could get gain by not working with his hand, and he had been convinced by Satan that because he was the eldest and one of the most intelligent among them, that he should not be required to toil like unto the others. Do I want to read more? I'm going to show y'all a picture of this. Y'all should read this on your own if you don't have it. But I can get you the PDF. Or you can go online on Amazon and order it. You see that? I'm going to get the other. It's hard to do this in the truck. Alright. So, I'm going to skip down a little bit. Well, I'm going to go down to 93. And he was shown by Satan the gold that glittered in its natural state, and that it was beautiful to the eyes and smooth to the touch, even that it was everlasting, that which could not tarnish and age with time. And he also knew that this gold and also silver, which had the same attributes of gold, was sparse and was not found in abundance throughout the land. And but there to gather up a large quantity of this gold and this silver, and began to shape, listen to this, to shape jewelry in a fashion that was most beautiful to be seen, and most comfortable against the skin of those who would wear it. And he went unto his wife and adorned her with the jewelry which he had made, and convinced her to show it unto her friends and her neighbors, and let them touch it and see it's beautiful. Here come the jewelry. And the other women began to covet the things of the wife of Benelli, and they desired of their husband that they might have jewelry like unto theirs. But these men did not know where to get this gold and this silver, or what to make these things. And when they searched throughout the land, they could not find any, because of that which Benelli had taken upon himself. And when their wives knew that their husband could not find that which they desired, they pleaded with them to go unto Benelli and request of him some of his gold and his silver, that they might have these things. gonna stop right there. Maybe I should. Yeah, we're gonna read a little bit more. Verse 97. No, verse 98. And Benelli answers them, saying, My dear brethren, it is my utmost desire, that recorded, that I should share that which I have with each of you, so that you might give unto your wife that which I have given unto my wife, even that which has given her great joy and pleasure. Yet I would ask of you, if it is fair, that I give unto you that which I have toiled unto obtain, even for many days have I toiled and labored with my own hand, that I might acquire these things, and with my own hand have I fashioned these things into that which bringeth joy to my wife, and which your wife also desire. And you spend your days in toil by the sweat of your brow for the benefit of all, even the food that we eat, and the home that we live in, and the clothes that we wear. And how is it then that your toil is more important than mine? For behold, you toil to assure that we live. Yet, what type of life do we live if we do not have the joy and the pleasure that this life can bring? And ye have beheld that I have provided my wife with that which bringeth her this pleasure and this joy, even beyond that which you have provided unto your own wife. But I want that you have the ability to give unto your wife this pleasure and this joy. Therefore, I will that you should trade with me your labor, and that which your labor produces, for that which my labor has produced, even that which brings joy unto your wife. So here comes trading. I'm gonna skip down to verse 103 because of sake of time, because I want to get to at least two other things before this video ends. Verse 103. And many other coveted the thing that Benelli had, and they wanted to become rich like unto him. And in this way, the children of men began to divide themselves into classes. Here come the classes, even into the poor and the rich, or those who had much and those who had little. And those who had little coveted that which the rich possessed. But because gold and silver were so rare and precious among them, these poor could not become like unto the rich. And there were those among the poor who began to steal from the rich. And this justified their action. These justified their action because they felt that they should have that which the rich kept from them, even their gold and their land, their silver, even their gold and their silver, which they could not find in their land. And thus, listen to this, verse 104, and thus the children of men began to come under the control of Satan. And he did rage in their heart and became their God. And Adam labored all of his days to convince them of their errors, to turn them once again to the commandment that he had taught them, which was given to him by the Lord. I'm going to stop right there for that. That's powerful. Now, we're going to go over, we got to get some precepts. Bag that up a little bit. Now, I'm going into the second stick, which is the Northern Kingdom record. All right. I'm going to the second stick here. So follow along. I'm going to go off of my phone. So right down, we're going to go to 2 Nephi 9:9. 2 Nephi 9:9. And our spirits must have become like unto him, and we become devils, angels to a devil, to be shut out from the presence of our God, and to remain where the Father lies in misery like unto himself. Yea, to that being who beguiled our first parents, who transformed himself nay unto an angel of light, and stirred up the children of men unto secret combination of murder and all manner of secret works of darkness. Y'all hear that? This is what Satan done. This is what's been done. I'm going to go over to Helamon 6:21. I'm going to read down to I might read all the way down to 31. We'll see. I'm going to read Helamon. But behold, Helamon 6:21. You're gonna read down. I'll let you know when what verse I'm gonna stop at. We're gonna start with the 21st verse. But behold, Satan did stir up the hearts of the more part of the Nephite. Keep in mind, these are Israelites. The one that came over to America, the 10 tribes that came over to America. Keep in mind, all they did was everybody changed their name. Like, for example, the Mayan, the Aztec, all them, the Toltec, all them. That's all with the 10 tribes. But behold, Satan did stir up the hearts of the more part of the Nephite, insomuch that they did unite with those bands of robbers, and did enter into their covenants and their oaths, that they would protect and preserve one another, and whatsoever difficult circumstances they should be placed, that they should not suffer for their murders and their plundering and their stealing. And it came to pass that they did have their signs, yea, their secret sign, and their secret words, and this that they might distinguish a brother who had entered into the covenant, that whatsoever wickedness his brother should do, he should not be injured by his brother, nor by thee who did belong to his band, who had taken this covenant. And thus they might murder, and plunder, and steal, and commit whoredoms, and all manner of wickedness contrary to the laws of their country, and also the laws of their God. I'm gonna say the Most High God. And whosoever of those who belong to their band should reveal unto the world of their wickedness and their abomination should be tried, not according to the law of their country, but according to the law of their wickedness, which have been given by Gadaton and Kishkuman. I can't say that. Now behold, it is these secret oaths and covenant which Alma commanded his son should not go forth unto the world, lest they should be a mean of bringing down the people unto this destruction. I'm going to read on. I'm going to start right there, because like I said, for the sake of time. Let's do one more. Because we're about to go into the nations. So since we're going to go into the nations, we'll go to Ether. That's in the second stick. Ether, chapter 8, 22. And whatsoever nation shall uphold, listen to this, whatsoever nations shall uphold such secret combination to get power and gain until they shall spread over the nation, behold, they shall be destroyed. For the Lord will not suffer that the blood of his saints, which shall be shed by them, should always cry unto him from the ground of vengeance upon them, and yet he avenged them not. I'm going to read that again. And whatsoever nation shall uphold such secret combination, whatsoever nation shall uphold such secret combination to get power and gain until they shall spread over the nation, behold, they shall be destroyed. For the Lord will not suffer that the blood of his saint, which shall be shed by them, shall always cry unto him from the ground for vengeance upon them, and yet he avenge them not. Remember, I did moon landing, the false moon landing video, and I told you that everything that the Most High created is a lie. So the earth is crying out from the blood of the saints. You may go out here and kill somebody and dump them in the river and don't get caught, but the earth it cries out. The Most High knows. The earth knows. The trees knows. But y'all don't believe that. Wherefore, O ye Gentiles, it is wisdom in God that these things should be shown unto you, that thereby you may repent of your sins, and suffer not that these murderous combinations, the reason why I say Gentile there, repent of your sin, and suffer not that these murderous combinations shall get above you, which are built up to get power and gain. And the work, yea, even the work of destruction come upon you, yea, even the sword of the justice of the eternal God shall fall upon you to your overthrow and destruction, if you shall suffer these things to be true. These things to be. Now, we're going to go back to the sealed portion. Actually, hold that thought. So hold that thought. That is a good segue for it. But I want to show you something. So this right here is what they try to call the Sealed Book of Mormon. Right? You open up the page and turn in here. And they can try to hide it. Now, Sealed Book of Moses. Mine is a little damaged, so I'm gonna read. If you can see it, let me take a picture of this, screenshot it. If you can see it. Pretty much I highlighted is where I'm reading from. I'm going to read from. You can't find this book anymore. It was resealed. Now, this is the story of Nimrod. You know what? Noah had the 3 sons. He had Ham, Shem, and Jephthah. Nimrod was born from Ham. Right? Now, I'm going to read it the best way I can where I'm coming from, so I'm going to skip around a little bit till I can get, because my book is kind of ruined. I think my wife sent me a, hold on, I think she sent it to me though. Let's see if I got it here. She didn't give me the right page, did she? Okay, so this was after the flood. So I'm just going to try to catch you up because I'm not going to read all this for the sake of time. So everybody know that the Most High God sent a flood, right? So this was after the flood. So then after the flood and the destruction of all the ungodly people in the world of mankind, Noah and his descendants were to rebuild a new earth, which would be pure in the sight of God. For all the earth had passed away by baptism, for the purpose of representing a new creation in the sight of the heaven. All right? It was thus that true worship was restored again by Noah and the other 7 survivors of the flood. At the beginning of the time, they left the ark as a symbol of deliverance for offering sacrifices. Can't read this. Okay, for offering sacrifices to the God Jehovah here, that should be a higher of the Most High God. That's what that should be. under, and also in the seal portion, like the early part when they talk about, like if you go out and buy the seal portion book, a lot of times they talk about Jehovah, it's talking about Christ. But right here, it's talking about the Most High God. So let me continue on. As a symbol of deliverance for offering sacrifices to the Most High God under Noah's leadership, he built an altar to God and took some of all the pure animals and all the pure flying creatures that were among them and made burnt offering on the altar and praise and thanks to God for his act of salvation in regard to the Son of Man and all the animals he selected to exist on the inhabited earth. However, verse 9, but the adversary, Satan, the devil, was still lurking in order to distill his spirit in the son of Noah. Now keep in mind what he'd already done with Cain. Benelli. So he's doing the same thing again. But the adversary itself, God, he's really not an adversary of the Most High God. He's our adversary. You want to be honest about it. Most High don't have an equal. Satan, the devil, was still lurking in order to distill his spirit in the sons of Noah, as he had in the beginning with the descendants of Adam and Eve. And it came to pass that Satan found in the young man Nimrod, the son of Cush, descended from Ham, the same rebellious opposition that he had found in Cain for his ancestor Noah. All right. Now keep in mind that Noah was discovered nakedness and drunk. And so Nimrod, Noah is keep in mind Noah is the grandfather. Nimrod felt a hatred towards him or disgust towards him. I'm gonna skip around a little bit because I don't, like I said, for the sake of time. We'll go down to verse 12. It was then that Satan proceeded to stir up the heart of Nimrod for the purpose of becoming a mighty hunter in opposition to the Most High God, which means in the language of the Hebrew, hunter or man. That is one who hunts men, listen to this, who hunts men with the purpose of enslaving, thus acting in opposition to the precept of freedom extended to all men by the Most High God. In this way, Nimrod, backed by Satan, became a warrior and a conqueror of people. Now, we're going to go to chapter 7. Again, take a picture. I'm doing the best I can. I'm on this truck, so. Y'all gotta want it. I think we may have a PDF. I think it might be on 1H1 Power website. But you can't find this book no more. So chapter 7. After the flood, all the land was still of the same language and dialect, and parents had the custom to teach their children about the good feeling from the Spirit of God in such a way that such teaching became natural after the flood among the descendants of Noah as God had designed. But it came to pass that one of the descendants of Ham, under the influence of Satan, sought in his heart to have full control over the children of men, entering into the town and villages, killing men, and taking captives children and women, and enslaving all those who did not agree with his command. What did that sound like? Y'all just sit here and try to say that's Russia. But a certain group of people that have been doing that forever. Since the very beginning. But let's get to the here and now. Have not America done that? Did they invade Iraq in the name of freedom? Did they not invade Libya? Did they not kill Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein? They make up a story and tell you why they're going in, but that's not really the story. Both of them brothers were taking out Gaddafi and Hussein because they were getting ready to get rid of the dollar. But read on. To those who were subject to his powers, these were commissioned to act in their many duties, whether in the planting and harvesting of fruit and cereals, in the management of cattle and animals of slaughter, in the creation of bricks and construction of houses and protective walls, in the production of weapons and ornaments of wars, and the most robust and active were commissioned to be in the military service because they settled in a valley in the land of Shinar. And with the growth of the people around him, Nimrod proceeded to select chiefs who responded by him to the people, and they said to one another, let's make brick and cook it well with fire. And they said, and this is Genesis 2:4. I'm not going to read this because this is when they started to read the build the Tower of Babel. So I'm going to go back to the highlighted part. I'm not going to read all that for the sake of time. So we're going to skip down to verse 6. The men at that time knew very well that God had made a promise to his descendant, but no one knew how and when his descendant would come to reign among the son of Adam. With this, Satan began to twist the meaning of the promise and apply it to Nimrod, who came to take advantage of these circumstances, since from his youth he sought in his heart to obtain the presidency of the priesthood of the only begotten Son of God. Now go back to what I read yesterday. You need to go back and watch video 1. And now he found himself at the head of the priesthood presidency in the royal position of the promised descendant. In harmony with their selfish desire to create for themselves a great name, he himself, as the promised descendant, it was then that Nimrod chose a priestly caste to represent him as the Son of God. These priests, in turn, came to obtain help from Satan by means of powerful work and potent, little by little began to create hierarchies and priestly garment, and by means of sign and handshake began to separate the high priests from those who were less important. Soon, the high priest of the order of Mahan, this is the Mahan, listen to this, that's why I read this. Soon, the high priest of the order of Mahan, you got the priest of Mahan, which is the world, and you got the priest of Melchizedek, which is after the order of the Son of God, which is Christ. So right here you got a counterfeit of Christ. And that's the world we live in right now. All this is going to come together. So I'm going to read it again. Soon the high priest of this order, Mahan, began to form. Remember, Cain was Master Mahan. Now it's moved on to Nimrod. Soon, the high priest of the order of Mahan began to form dogmas in relation to the promised descendants and to reverse the correct pronunciation of the name Nimrod for the pronouncing Marduk, M-A-R-D-U-K, which means the Lord. In these days, when Nimrod succeeded in promoting false self-worship as the promised descendant, he and his confederate began spreading the priestcraft through the land to keep the absolute control of the children of men, and being known this secret only the priestly caste in which he is the Lord of this great secret and high priest of the Mahan order, therefore Marduk. Put right there Psalm 83. Psalm 83. Because you have to understand that the people of the book were the saints. They were supposed to be after the order of Melchizedek. So right here you got replacement theology also. It ain't just what people want to call, how do I want to put this? The people that are in control today. Because they were actually started with people who look like me. So the priest of Mahan along with the Melchizedek, were people who look like me. Let me read on. So, you wonder why they got y'all all in entertainment, basketball players, football players, and everything else? You're entertainment to them now? Because you're trendsetters. Let me read on. Let's skip down to verse 11. Listen to this. With this he proposed that a school of wisdom should be instituted in the cities, where children of all people of the earth would receive instruction at the highest level, improving their knowledge in the writing and astrology, mathematics, what is this? I can't read this. Architecture, construction, music, and religion. I'm going to read this again. With this, he proposed that a school of wisdom should be instituted in the cities he built, where children of all people of the earth would receive instructions at the highest level, improving their knowledge in the writing, in astrology, mathematics, architecture, construction, music, and religion. Down here at the bottom. Right there. This will be offered free to all people, where children will enjoy the best accommodation and food Nimrod had to offer. With this was drawn up a decree that was taken by his messengers to the four corners of the earth, where there was a family residing. This family should then be informed of the benevolence of Nimrod. The purpose, though it seemed noble, was clothed with priestcraft, through of illusion and obscurity. The master priests, who were being prepared to teach the children brought by their father to this supposed school of wisdom, had as their guideline the nullifying of the gift of the Spirit of God in their heart, making them believe in the opposite of everything that they had been taught by their parents before entering with the high priesthood of Murdoch, called among the children of men and being the doers of wisdom. Y'all see what's been done here? This is actually, so all of the schools that are set up in the land, like now, was the same thing was set up by Nimrod. It's the same thing. All they have done was expanded upon it. They have been designed to program you. The priest of Mahan, or Murdoch. You got two churches. You got the Church of Christ, the Melchizedek priesthood, and you got the Church of Mahan, which is Satan. Right here, Nimrod is setting it up. I've been trying to tell y'all that Satan said he's going to be like the Most High God. So he said that everything up on earth, the earth belongs to him. That's why it's so hard for people to hear what we're saying right now, because we have been programmed. Wake up. The institutions were clear. Everything in that children believe and followable will be attributed to the power of evil. So if one were to see their father use the gift of the Spirit to heal someone in his family, or even to obtain miraculous help from the heaven, they will immediately rebuke their father and mother of such proceeding, claiming that they themselves were deceived in the beginning, when their ancestors used magic and witchcraft to gain benefit from the spiritual world. Now, if you're able to pray and lay hands on people in the name of Christ, Melchizedek priesthood, and heal them. Able to pray and get answers from the Most High God in the heavens. Because of what they've been taught by the preacher Muhammad, they automatically gonna look at you in some certain kind of way, as if it's witchcraft. When in actuality, the witchcraft has already been done, programming your mind in the institutions. That's what this is saying right here. It's deep. Now, verse 15. This mode of teaching was widely accepted among the people of the earth, and in a short time, the power and influence of the gift from the Spirit of God ceased to exist in their fullness in the feelings of men, and then once again their heart was contaminated by precept of men and poisoned by the spirit of Satan. That's why we keep telling y'all, you got to follow the precepts. It got to line up. It got to say the same thing. You don't want man to tell you what they think. You don't want their philosophies. Like I told you, that Hegelian, whatever we want to say it, dialect is a philosophy of a man. They got you one against another. The whole time they're doing witchcraft. They're doing priestcraft. Wake up. Many of these children underwent the priestly initiation of the school of Murdoch in order to perpetuate the subservience of the children of men to a man in the office of God. And when God spread the people to the four corners of the earth, it was these young priests and apprentices who later found kingdom with the same principle, where a man was venerated as the son of God or of the gods, because there were a mixture of doctrines between the people that were gathered together in the land of Shinar. I'm going to stop right there. That's the end of that. But right there, it talks about the precept and the doctrine of men. Where they taught it? They're taught in the schools. Taught in the school system. Also put you one against another. Do it not? In this world, if you don't have all these degrees, you don't go in these schools, which, to be honest with you, they can control when you go, you these schools, they can control you. They still control and program you. That's why they use the fraternity and sorority for. They control you with that too. Man, wake up, y'all. And I'm not here to put nobody down. I'm just saying, we all have been lied to. We all have been tricked. You walk around like you're better than your brother and sister because of the degrees you got, because of the sorority and the fraternities you may be a part of. A lot of you, not all of you, because I know some of y'all. Some of y'all are good, man. Some of y'all are good people. And I'm just saying, we still have been tricked. I know a lot of, that's why I said, I know a lot of good people, man, out there. And y'all know me. So it is not putting you down. It just show you, listen, you either focusing right now on the Most High God, or you focusing on the things of this world, which is Satan. That's all I can say to y'all. I'm going to keep saying that. All this stuff going on. And then I'm going to tell you the red versus blue thing. I'm going to tell you how crazy we are. Those sanctions that America or Biden allegedly have put on Russia, is it hurting Russia or is it hurting us? Diesel price is almost $5.50 a gallon for diesel right now. Gas prices. So is it hurting us or is it hurting them? I just saw where they're going to stop producing, Shell going to stop doing business with Russia. Wake up. Wake up, y'all. It's a setup. They're going to crash the economy. They're going to crash the dollar. The dollar already has lost value. They're just not telling y'all that. They're going to crash it. They're going to crash the dollar. The dollar is going to be crashed. It's over. America is nothing but a consumer now. We don't make hardly anything here. And that's in the seal portion. We're nothing but consumers. All these nations working together. I try to get y'all hip yesterday to the flag. Look on your flag. The stars, the eagles. It don't matter if it's double-head eagle or not. They're all part of the same system. They're done with America. America is going to be the scapegoat. Wake up. They lied about everything. Did you hear what I just read? The whole system was designed to keep you, from the time that we're living in, to still be thinking you got time. Everybody still waiting around on a rapture. That's not biblical. He tell you what you need to do for salvation. Repent and be baptized. That's the gospel. So, why, if they're going to be millions going to be raptured up, that should be all over your Bible. Not one verse that y'all could take out of context. Man, wake up. We're running out of time. Get your heart, body, mind, and soul right. Don't wait till the nukes start flying, because they're going to fly. You really heard that just read out of the sealed book of Moses? Now, I touched on the secret combination of what would happen with the nations. Let me give me some water. Right? So, I read of Helaman, and I mentioned the nations. Right? I'm going to touch on it again. I'm going to read from Ether for Ether. Ether. This is, I'm going to put it right here. Now, and whatsoever a nation shall uphold such secret combination to get power and gain, until they shall spread over the nation, behold, they shall be destroyed. For the Lord will not suffer that the blood of the saints, which shall be shed by them, should always cry unto him from the ground for vengeance upon them, and yet he avenged them not. Wherefore, O you Gentiles, it is the wisdom of God that these things should be shown unto you, that thereby you may repent of your sin, and suffer not the murderous combination shall get above you, which are built up to get power and gain. And the work, yea, even the work of destruction, come upon you, yea, even the sword of the justice of the eternal God shall fall upon you to your overthrow and destruction, if you shall suffer these things to be. Right? Now we're going to read about the secret combination. Give me a second. I want something specific here, but I forgot exactly where it is in the sealed portion. But I saw it this morning. Let's 16. Should be up at the front. Oh boy. Yeah, man, that's why I hate being out here trying to do this on the truck, but I need to get these out. Just saw it this morning. Showed up here at the front. Was it 12? Maybe I'll come back to this part later. Should have been at the front though. Or was it 18? Was it 18? Cause they preset right with that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go over to I wish I'd have wrote that down. I'm gonna go over the seal portion. Wait a minute. It might be it right now. Seal portion 29. Oh, that ain't it. So there's man, I wish I'd have wrote that down. I just saw that. I just came across that this morning again. But I'm gonna go over the seal portion 27. So I'm gonna go over the seal portion 27. Keep in mind what we just read. We just read out of Esther in the book of Mormon, which is the second stick. The second. I'm start calling it that. The stick of Joseph. So now we're gonna read seal portion 27. I don't know how much I'm gonna read it. We're already at the hour mark. I should wait and come back maybe. But let's do it because I'm gonna see if I can find that. So I'm gonna shut this down and I'm gonna come back with another part. And I'm gonna try to find because it's something I want to show y'all. So I'll be right back. Peace and shalom.